everyone. I wanted to come on and use our Soul's Journey Tarot or Oracle cards actually. And this Oracle deck is from James Van Praagh. I don't know if you guys remember him. I've only used this I think one time before for us, and he was a very famous psychic medium, a psychic medium like myself. And I think he had his own TV show, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted just to see if James had any messages for us. Man, I just opened my mouth to talk and I ate all that exhaust that the person in front of me is letting off. Yeah, you hear the beautiful scrambler. We call those scramblers back in Texas because they don't got nothing. They just have a lot of sound, a lot of noise. That's about it. So anyway, let's see if James... Okay, so he's showing off for us. I don't even know what kind of car it is, because to tell you the truth, I can't even tell. It's like an off-brand, or I don't even know. Is it a Ford? I don't know what it is. Honestly, I have no idea. But anyway, I got sidetracked with the noise. Noise sidetracked.
Turn right.
I am holding onto the wheel. Y'all just can't see the wheel. Got one of my hands on the wheel. The other one is shuffling. It's just the end of the day, you know.
At the stop sign, turn right.
End of the day.
Road.
And I will be closing out my day soon. So I'm driving back towards Nashua. And I thought, you know,
in about 5 miles, turn left to merge on the circumferential highway.
These last few days, I've been extremely busy with my dashing with my job, to the point to where I haven't really been able to post really large videos. I can do that tonight, but for right now, I just wanted to see if there was any message from the Void and from James Van Praagh for the Libra Collective, just to see if there's anything that we need to know, should know from the universe, from James. Sometimes they do come through, you know. All right, I think it's good. No? One more? Okay. One more, Spirit. That's it. Okay, perfect. All right. Move that this way. Hopefully I don't have to read. I didn't think about that. Okay. So the first card says fear. It says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Is there someone out there that is fearing the act or the art of love? That's really interesting to me, because, I mean, really, you shouldn't be afraid to love. Even if you've been hurt before, we need to heal enough to be able to love. Because I'm going to tell you something, just as a human being. When you do that, when you become afraid to love, they win. The person that hurt you, the person that damaged you, they win. They keep you in fear. And if they get to keep you in fear, they win. Because that means you will never ever trust another human being ever in your life again. Therefore, you could be missing out on a very good relationship that might come your way, and you reject it automatically on the grounds of fear that that person is going to do the very same thing to you that the last person did. And I'm not saying I don't understand. I've been telling you guys just about everything about myself as far as relationship is concerned, and how, you know, I've been, you know, damaged somewhat by the act of rejection on the other person's part. But I'm not going to stop myself from healing, so that if a good person comes into my life and I recognize that it's a good person, I don't want to reject that person and not want to move forward. Does that make sense? Because again, what you're allowing to happen, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, okay? But I can tell you this, and if I said psychiatrist twice, I'm sorry, I meant psychologist. I can tell you this. Think about it in this, from this point of view. While you stay alone through fear that you don't want something like that to happen again, they're still with somebody else. They got to have a couple. They got to have a relationship long term. I'm not saying it's a good relationship. I'm just saying they're not alone. They're still with someone. And you're so afraid that you won't get into a relationship. So with that card coming out, what I would recommend is, if it really is to that point to where you've been severely damaged, of course, talk to someone, a professional. Make sure that they're on your wavelength and that you feel that they are helping you, so you can get past all of that and heal. Of course, if this just happened yesterday, I'm not telling you to go into another relationship the very next day. That's very rare and shouldn't really happen. You should allow yourself to heal. And if you just met a person, sure, get to know them, but don't get into a full-blown relationship with a new person. But yeah, don't close yourself up, because they won twice then. They defeated your ego. They defeated your self-esteem, and you allowed it, because not only did they hurt you one time, but by keeping you tied up in fear, they hurt you twice. Abundance, the card of abundance. Okay? The card of abundance. Before I hurt myself, I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Oh my God. I just finished posting a video, a very short video on what are your dreams? You know, what are you dreaming? Are your dreams big enough to scare you? And if they're not big enough to scare you, why not? I just posted that. Why? Because if you dream too small, you can have short-term goals. I'm not saying you can't. But if you dream too small, you sell yourself short. You don't give your imagination room to soar and to fly and to take you places that you may not even know or realize at this present moment that you wanted to go to. I have so many dreams in here. So many dreams in here. But do keep them to yourself. I recently shared with two people what my dreams were. And do you know that they started to fizzle? My dreams started to fizzle. As a matter of fact, the energy started to go the opposite way. When usually I have very good luck, I have very good power of manifestation. But I noticed that after I told these two individuals what I wanted to do, sorry, my brakes are bad right now, that, yeah, everything went the opposite way. So if you got I don't say fear, but if you've got to feel guarded about anything, feel guarded about your abundance, feel guarded about your dreams. Do not tell people about your dreams. I started telling the people about my dreams when I was about to start manifesting, and do you know that the opposite happened? Because we trust, and the thing is that sometimes people do purposefully hurt us and stop our dreams by being jealous of us and throwing salt on us and wishing us wrong, wishing bad things for us. But then there are other people that they're actually doing magic on us to fail and not to succeed. So, and again, it's because of jealousy. They're jealous. So whichever one it is, just keep it to yourself. Don't tell anybody until it's already happened, until it's already on its way. Then you can start telling people all about it. But right now, when it's only setting in motion and it's not quite cemented, don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. As excited as you are, keep it to yourself. Because if you keep it to yourself, they can't cripple your dream. They cannot destroy your dream. They cannot salt your dream. Sorry. I'm just trying to keep it real. Perseverance. It says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Perseverance. Look what a beautiful color that is. Look at what beautiful colors God is giving you today. You know, my name Violet comes from the purple violet flame of Saint Germain. Y'all didn't know that because I've never disclosed that to you. But that's where violet comes from. And I really adore everything purple, lilac, lavender. It's just a color that is like, it just calls to me a lot. So don't be surprised if my studio isn't filled with these colors when you see it. Okay? But yes, you've got to look at everything in a sense of, how is it working for you? How is it working for you? And are you strong enough? Are you interested enough? Or do you believe in yourself enough to follow your dreams? Or are you going to allow your dreams to die because you feel like your dreams are too hard to make manifest? Or you get depressed, you become disappointed very easily to the point to where you just allow your dreams to go by the wayside. You have to stop and think about that, because when you really want something bad enough, you're not only going to pursue it, you're going to pursue it to the point of conquering your fears and of conquering your doubts. Okay? Ever I have opened a business, which I've opened many businesses in my time, and they did work quite well. It was because, first of all, I would include God in all of the planning. Is this what you want, my Lord? Is this what you want for me? And then it was setting about saving the funds, purchasing whatever it was that I needed, whether it was supplies, whether it was furnishings, whether it was fixtures, whatever it was, right? And then doing, going to it, putting some elbow grease in and putting the work in so that my business could be a success. For 4 years out of my life, this is going to sound weird. For 4 years out of my life, I threw newspapers. That means every freaking weekend, somebody could depend on me to have their newspaper on their porch. Yeah, even apartments. Okay? For 4 years out of my life, I drove a taxi, which I owned. I was a taxi driver. And I owned my taxi. For 4 years out of my life, I owned one of the botanicas. And I worked every single weekend from Thursday all the way through Sunday and all the way through Wednesday. So do you understand that anything that you have a calling to do or an inkling that you're interested in, that either you're drawn to cause your attention or your heart is in it, you have to put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. I mean, sure, there are going to be some people that it's just going to come and fall on their lap. But that doesn't happen all the time. And it doesn't happen often. So then you have to be the driving force. You have to be the driving force. You're the motor. You're the gas pedal. So I say that these cards are magnificent. And no, why would I want to fear abundance? Do you fear abundance? No. Maybe take classes. If you've never had lots of money and you don't know how to manage, Take money management classes. Take a small one. Listen to some YouTube videos. Perseverance, we already talked about. Fear, we're not gonna listen to that. Fear is, for me, is demonic. Fear is demonic. The only time you should have fear is if you're about to jump off of a cliff or jump into the ocean from a big ship that's going down like the Titanic, jumping out of an airplane and you don't have a parachute, things like that. But other than that, life is going to bring you a lot of lessons. Life is going to bring you a lot of times that you have to step up to the plate, and you've got to show yourself. To hell with showing the world. I think I've done enough with showing the world who I am. I think I've done enough. Showing yourself who you are. Showing yourself that you love yourself enough, you esteem yourself enough to go out there and build the life you know you deserve. Build the business you know you deserve to have. Maybe you already built up all this expertise working elsewhere in the same industry. But now you have fear in your heart that if you open a business, it's not going to go well. And then you left your job behind, and that was a paycheck that was guaranteed. Everybody at some time that has had to own a business, go into business ownership, entrepreneurship, has at one time or another had to take that leap of faith. You have to not fear. Again, a healthy amount of fear is normal. That's normal. But to fear to the point to where it's going to give you anxiety, it's going to cause you health problems, or worse, paralyze you. What is it called? Analysis paralysis. Then that's like, oh my God. Then maybe you're just not ready. And that's okay. But don't allow things to get to that point to where your fear traps you in a vicious circle. What if you've always said to yourself, I don't want to work for somebody else? Or, I know I can do better. If I had a business, then I would do this differently, and that differently. Or I would add this service or that service, and I would improve upon. Do you understand? And that's what should be catapulting you forward into starting your business. But only until you're ready. If you fear that much, maybe there's not enough foresight. Maybe you haven't thought things through enough. Maybe you haven't done a business plan. Don't talk to me about business plans. I'm not the one. But I know they exist, and I know people often do those things. I'm more of I sit down and write everything down in a journal or in a planner, and I know what I need to do, and I know what I need to obtain, whether they're licenses, whether they're certifications, whether they're permits, whatever. Supplies, like I said, etc. So I've always been that kind of person, but if you have a business that you've got to go to a bank to get a loan, then of course you're going to have to write a business plan. What is it? Chat GPT is one AI thing that's now at people's leisure to use. I haven't done anything on it myself, but I uploaded the app, and then I deleted it because that's when all the videos were crashing because there wasn't enough space in my phone. So I will put it back later on. But do you understand that we have so many more tools at our advantage nowadays than we had 10 years ago, 5 years ago? So this seems like somebody that wants to take a leap of faith into their life, into their business, into a dream that they have. But the only thing that maybe they're not too sure about the funding, but you have to persevere. If that's what you want to do, you keep going forward. And like I said, to me, excessive fear is demonic. Don't give in to that. However, I am cognizant of the fact that some of us do suffer from an anxiety disorder or a mental health disorder like depression or whatever. And that can also cause us excess worry and fret. I understand all of that. I'm talking to people that don't have those types of situations going on, and it's just maybe people in their ear, maybe people telling them that they're not going to do well. Like when I had less than 1,000 subscribers, which I'm going on 2,000 now, right? Close to it. But when I was a little less than 1,000, I was about getting there. I told a really good friend that I had started this channel. And instead of saying, well, that's good because you're very good at what you do, she said, well, why don't you go to the flea market, because you can start doing your readings there. And I told her, you don't go backwards, you always go forward. You always go forward in life. You don't go backwards. Only time you revisit the past is to see what errors were made in the past. If you could correct them, great. If you cannot correct them, you leave them behind and you take with you the lesson. Then she said to me, well, you should be on TikTok then. You should be on Snapchat. Do you understand that that's not somebody that's backing my dreams? That's somebody that's what? They're creating fear. Because they don't have any belief in my work. Instead of saying, hey, Victoria, man, I've known you for so long. Good for you. Good for you. I'm happy that you're doing something that you're happy doing. I'm happy that you found something that you're happy doing. No. Otherwise, I wasn't apparently going to be any success here. Because in her opinion, I should be on TikTok. In her opinion, I should be on Snapchat. Let me tell you what I heard from other YouTubers. That TikTok doesn't pay what they pay here. Now, I'm not even getting paid yet. But that's the point. Is that why are you going to go to a lesser platform if, in fact, this is what you want to do for a living eventually? You want this to be what you do full time. Right? So, again, people are going to boo-hoo you. People are going to try to, well, why do you want to do that? The fear, the rejection. Why? Why do you want to do that? Why? I don't see why. You're just going to fail, or that's not going to work. Why do you think you can do that? And I've never said that to her. Everything that she does, everything that she tries, I don't care. Her success as my friend is my success because I care about her. So if I care enough about her, whatever she does in life or whatever she tries in life, I try to look at the value in that. Hey, she's a go-getter. Hey, she's trying this. Hey, this is working. Hey, maybe this is not working too great, but she's trying and she's persevering. What did the card say? Perseverance. So that's what I'm doing on YouTube. I'm not going to give in to this. Because if let me tell you something. I'm going to say something. I'm going to be very, very raw. It is too easy to fear this. To feel this. To fear this. It is too easy to feel this. My channel is a baby channel. So, right now, if I wanted to give in to fear, and I'm giving myself as an example because I always do, there's people on YouTube that have 375,000, 264,000 subscribers to my mere 1,900, right? So don't you think that could bring fear in my heart? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Why do you think you can do this? Right? You have to have belief in yourself. Before anybody else can believe in you, you have to have the conviction in your heart as to why it's going to work, or why do you want it to work? Why do you want to pursue this? Well, some of it is, yeah, okay, finances eventually, but I enjoy making people smile, even if I'm cheesy, like my kids used to tell me. I enjoy bringing information to you with the tarot. I enjoy bringing the music because there's a message that's connected. That's why I put message from the void, because the void is spirit, and spirit, the universe, is putting these things into my brain, my psyche, to pass on to you. So whatever it is, whether it's the prayer of the day, the tarot of the day, question of the day, moonology, whatever it is that I'm doing it with my heart, and I'm doing it because I want to do this. I believe in myself. Even if I'm at the 2,000 mark almost, and those people are in the 375,000, and even if some have reached 1 million subscribers overnight, that's not my success, and that's okay. It's some of these people have been working towards those numbers for 4 years. You don't know that unless you go and look at the description, and it tells you how long they've been at it. So I'm on target, and I'm okay. But I can allow people to force me to feel fear with their lack of belief in me. So I will persevere. Not due to them, but due to the fact that this is what I want for me. And yeah, abundance will come. And abundance comes in many forms, my friends. You can be abundant in friends, in family, loved ones, in co-workers that adore you or work well with you. You can have abundance with your children, with your grandchildren, with a garden where you plant flowers and give to people or sell to people. Vegetables that you give to people, sell to people, cook for people. You can be abundant by having your significant other. You can be abundant because you just had a baby. You can be abundant because you have a business that's thriving. You can be abundant because you have 1 million or 100,000, or I don't know, if you're a billionaire. There's different ways of being abundant. Or you can be abundant because you love yourself and you're having a happy life and you're having a happy experience. The abundance part is up to you, what you make of it, and you can have abundance in a bunch of different areas of your life. Okay? So don't let people put fear in your heart. That's what Spirit is telling you. Look, we only got 3 cards, and we've been talking for almost 30 minutes. Don't let people put fear in your heart. Don't allow them to steal your dream. Persevere no matter what, even when it gets hard. Persevere if this is what you really want. Sometimes we got to tweak things. That's okay. But don't allow the fear to stop you. Don't allow that to stop you. That is demonic. Not the people that have the social anxiety. I actually do have a clinical diagnosis of social anxiety. So trust me when I tell you, when I get up and have to go onto camera, sometimes I'm like, God, I sounded really stupid. And sometimes I'm like, man, that was really cheesy. Or, gosh, that was really dumb. I need to start again. But that's the beauty of when you're behind the camera. You have a social anxiety. You can start all over again, and it doesn't matter unless you're live. And then you're like, oopsies. But who cares? Who cares? And then if you're like me, you've already reached a certain age, and that's the only one thing that two things that my sister, one of my eldest sisters, taught me that made any lick of sense to me. She said, I don't give a damn. At my age, I'm old enough now not to give a fuck. So I'm old enough now not to give a fuck. Why do you think I take on those crazy men? And mostly it's been men that come to antagonize me about my channel. God, you have to have a cell in your brain. Please. If you know that this is a tarot channel and you're coming here to tell me you don't like tarot, do you know how stupid you sound? Do you know how stupid you're making yourself look? So anyway, back to what I was saying. So she said that. You get to a certain age where you just don't give a fuck anymore. So I've reached the age where I just don't give a fuck anymore. So better luck with someone else. And the other thing was, you know, and I still do that. Now I haven't done that in years because I have a lot of shoes. But that was my go-to. That was how, even when I was at a bad job that I didn't like, that I knew I had to keep, my thing was, okay, I'm going to take care of the men, meaning the government wants your money, the bills want your money, blah, blah. But there's one thing I'm going to buy myself is a good steak meal, and I'm going to buy myself a pair of shoes. That's why I said the other day, I don't need you to buy me your Gucci. You don't need to buy me nothing. I can buy it myself. Thank you very much. What I do need as a man that acts right, is mature, has his word as his bond. But anyway, I digress. But again, back to this. So don't let fear get in the way. Keep persevering. Abundance will come. I love you, my friends. I love you, love you, love you. And yeah, I'm hoping you're having a wonderful Saturday. And I wish I could find a way to do a moonlight reading. We'll see. Maybe we'll do it tonight. I don't know. But anyway, I hope this helps someone. Good luck to you if you are trying to start a business, whatever you're trying to do in life. May God bless you with good fortune, good luck, abundance, and persevere, press on. Okay? Bye.